The $1 million price point is alive and well in Williamson County. Hey, I'm John Turner. I'm the team lead of the Turner Victory team at Onward Real Estate, and this is your weekly Williamson County real estate report. There are three things that you need to know about the Williamson County market this week. The first one is that the $1 to $1.5 million price point is alive and well. As a matter of fact, 23% of all sales in Williamson County are in that price point. There is less than 3 months supply in the $1 to $1.5 million price point. But there are 294 active listings in there. So there is still a competition, but that price point is moving quickly. The second thing you need to know about the Williamson County real estate market, if you're trying to sell your home, either you're a seller or you're not. Okay, John, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Yes, either my home's going to sell or it's not. You're correct. But let me tell you something. 1 out of every 5 homes that's on the market right now was on the market previously, and they pulled it off because it was not priced correctly, it was not presented correctly, whatever they had to recalibrate. So 20% of the market are homes that have already been on the market and did not see success. Conversely, out of the homes that sell, not all the homes on the market, but the homes that actually go under contract, over 41% of those homes went under contract in the first 7 days. So basically, there's buyers out there. They're looking, if you price it correctly, if you present it correctly, boom, they're jumping on it. They're putting your house under contract. But those buyers are smart. They're savvy. And they know if a house is not presented right, if it's overpriced, whatever it is, and they are passing over that house if it does not meet that criteria. So it's a very interesting dynamic we have going on right now in the Williamson County real estate market. The other thing that you need to know is that even though it's very warm outside, your summer window is closing. As a matter of fact, last year we had, where we look at week by week, there were 17 weeks in 2025 up to this point where we had over 100 homes in Williamson County go under contract. Okay, so we had 17 weeks last year. This year we've had 22 weeks because sales have been up. So that is definitely good. That's 5 more weeks of 100 plus sales per week. But the interesting thing is, whenever I look at last year, from this point forward, there are only 4 weeks remaining that actually went above 100 units per week closing or going under contract. So if we extrapolate that out, I would say there's only going to be somewhere between 4 and 6 weeks remaining of 100 plus homes going under contract in a week. And whenever we look at the chart here in a minute, you can definitely see how it starts dropping off from this point forward. So if you are a seller in Williamson County, you need to be aware of this. You need to be aware of the market conditions. If you are a buyer, this means there may be some opportunities out there for you because traditionally we do see a drop off this time of year. So let's jump into our charts. Jump over here. So right now we have the Turner Victory team market health score is a 51, which is virtually a balanced market. Okay, it's not favoring sellers, it's not favoring buyers. We just showed you right there that a motivated seller and a motivated buyer, they are coming together to make deals happen. But there are unmotivated sellers, there are unmotivated buyers that are out there that just are not meeting up. So the market is balanced. There are 1,770 homes on the market right now. That is high compared to where we've been. You'll see that on our chart here in a minute. We do have 4.1 months supply of inventory, and the 30-year mortgage rate right now is at 6.58. That is up from 5.98 low back in February. So here's what we got going on for Williamson County this week. Remember, the light blue shaded is new construction. So 1,770 homes on the market right now. 27% of those are new construction. We've sold 2,558 homes in the past 6 months. Overall, month supply is 4.15. But if you notice, most everything below 1.5 million is in the green. It is interesting that the 700,000s, we do have A little bit more inventory there. Things are not moving quite as quickly. So if you are looking in the 700,000s as a seller, be aware that you may need to be a little bit more aggressive. And also, if you're a buyer in that, there may be some opportunities for you there. Whenever we start talking about our inventory, as you can see, our inventory levels are higher than anywhere we've been in the past 4 years. Right now, 1,770. This time last year, we had 1,599. So we're up 170 units over 2025. If I compare that to 2024, right? Yep, 2024, there were 1,174 units. So we're up 525 units over this time 2 years ago. That is a huge jump in inventory. Our month supply, as we talked about, it's kind of leveled out, and you can actually see it dropping down just slightly. Now, the past couple of years, it's dropped down at this point too. So we'll see if that trend continues or exactly what happens there. But, we talked last week or the week before about how big of a gap we saw earlier in the year, but because pending home sales, closed homes actually picked up, it closed this month's supply gap. New listings, this is very interesting. We've been teeter-tottering back and forth. We've actually been down slightly on new listings, but over the past 4 weeks, there has been a big drop over last year, a big drop in new listings. So not nearly as many homes coming on the market. With that said, our pendings have remained fairly constant over the past 5 or 6 weeks. Now, we did spike up here 7, 8, 9 weeks ago, but over the past few weeks, we have been remaining fairly steady. And for the most part, we have been exceeding what we did last year. Now, there's a couple of weeks where there's not that. But this is a chart I was talking about. If I look here, because this line right here is 100 units, the green is last year. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times last year after this week did we hit 100 units going under contract. So assuming we follow the same path, sellers, your summer season has pretty much come to an end. So if you need to sell, if you're motivated to sell, you really need to get motivated. You need to get motivated with that presentation and that price and get your home sold. This is the speed of the market. As we talk about, either you're selling or you're not. 41.2% of everything across the board has sold in the first 7 days, if it's gone under contract at all. In the 500 to 600 market, look at that. Over 50% of the homes have gone under contract in the first 7 days, if they sell. If not, you're sitting here, you're waiting up to 90 days plus, and quite frankly, looking at this, if you're on the market 90 days, you only have 11-12% chance of selling at all. So very interesting information there. The other thing we really want to look at is our showings, because it's really a leading indicator of where we're going. There is a slight lag between showings and homes going under contract. And you can see all across the board, nothing's getting more than 2 showings a week on average. Most of what we've got somewhere between 1 and 1.7 showings per week. So just know that if you're getting a couple of showings a week, you're actually doing pretty good. If you're getting more than that, you're killing it. If you're getting less than that, you're probably getting a little stale on the market. But look at this big drop-off of our showings, especially over the past 4 weeks. Things have really dropped down. That's another leading indicator that's telling me that I do think our pendings are going to slow down, because if people aren't looking at houses, they're probably not buying the house. So that is something that we are paying very close attention to here at the Turner Victory team. Just really interesting dynamics going on in Williamson County right now, and we do enjoy following this information every week. As I said, I'm John Turner. I'm the team lead of the Turner Victory team at Onward Real Estate. We love bringing you this information. We hope that it helps you. Obviously, if you need any help with your real estate needs, please reach out to us. We love using this information to help guide our clients, whether you're a buyer or a seller in Williamson County. Like I said, we'd love to use this to help you. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you tuning in every week. And until next week, we hope that you make it a great week. Thanks again.